Welcome to the Lockdown Economy, a series of interviews by the think tank Altercontacts, where the real entrepreneurs share their insights. My name is Skupchenko, and today my guest is Nadia Benedetti, the founder of Playnbe. Hello, Nadia. How are you?
Hi, Julia. I'm fine, thanks.
Tell me, where are you located?
I'm based in Paris, and I have very nice weather today, so I'm happy to share this with you.
That's excellent. Great news, great weather finally coming to at least this part of Europe. That's really nice. So tell me, Playnbe, that sounds very exciting. I feel like playing already with something. Who do you play with and what games do you play?
It's a good question because it could seem something for children, and actually Playnbe, it's serious play. So play with a serious purpose of training or management, and is dedicated to working with a team, basically. So adults at work. So it's an activity of training based on playful activities.
So if I understand correctly, that's bringing the play element into the companies through facilitation and training to make their employees or to make their managers achieve something without actually being at it very seriously, like we are used to.
Yeah, the idea is helping team really working together in a better way with more collaboration and creativity. In this way, they can just have a better working life. And on top of this, we train soft skills. So the idea is that we help people in teams to work together, also to face change and to have creative solution in case they have to innovate because they don't have a solution for the new situation. So this is basically what I do. And I do it with playful activities because play is one of the best way of learning. We do it a lot when we are a child, and then we forget it, or we do board games. In my case, I make the difference between serious game and serious play, and I use in a specific way serious play because it's not a question of a structured game, for instance, something like a Monopoly or something structured like this. It's more simple activities, sometimes body activities between people, just to understand, to perceive the dynamics of the group and improve and explore a better and more effective way of working together. This is the purpose.
All right. So actually, there is a difference between the game and the play, and you're engaging the elements of play into the serious conversation that the companies are supposed to be having. All right. And I hear from you that it's a training and facilitation, so it has a lot to do with people and being together in one room and interacting, engaging. So how did the lockdown affect it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, a lockdown was a sudden and a critical change for me because, as you said, I used to do basically face-to-face workshop with people in the same room. And actually with the lockdown, we were not able anymore. Fortunately, I have a small part of my activity, which is helping manager to face with remote teams. And what I did is just improving this part of my activity and just diverging also, not just in managing a distance, but also in building collaborative activities and creative workshop at distance. We have a lot of tools today to do this. So I just changed the focus of my activity from face-to-face to remote workshops. At the beginning, it was a little bit surprising because I have to say that the feeling when you see that people concealing your workshop is a little bit scaring. But then it took me a while. It took me 1 month of redesigning my workshop and improving the workshop in a remote mode I already had. And I have to say that now I feel much more confident about just in case another, I don't hope so, but just in case another crisis comes, I know that they can also do remote workshop in an effective way.
And how many workshops did you do remotely? Because that seems fairly new. And did you have a chance to try them and perfect them? And how early is it in its journey?
Yeah, well, I'm quite experienced in remote working because I've been working 100% remote mode for almost 5 years, and my work was managing teams at distance. So I know how to mobilize people at distance. I just transformed this experience in workshop, and then now I've been training during 2 months during the lockdown, and I would say at least 3 to 4 times a week, which is quite huge for the moment. And when I say workshop, it's you have to consider a session of 3 hours, which means 3 times 45 minutes or 2 times 1 hour and a half. So I feel quite experienced in the activity. I can manage a team, and I can manage a workshop with a team quite easily at present.
That's unusual to hear, because most often I hear that facilitation online is a big challenge, and it's not the same, and it's difficult. But sounds like you really had a lot of chances to practice and find your way in it. And given your experience in remote working and remote working with teams especially, it must be an interesting experience to be in one of your workshops. So I would like to participate if there's going to be an opportunity. But tell me, so you've been busy during the lockdown with developing the remote trainings and workshops, right?
Yeah, it's the case. I've been very busy about this, and also because there was a demand. At first, the demand was basically from manager who need to be trained in how we deal with teams in a remote mode. We are not accustomed to, we are sometimes not equipped for, so we manage. And so I already had in my catalog a training about how to manage an online and how to manage remote teams. So this was not new. What changed for me is that I thought that I had to do basically trainings online, and in the end, also the facilitation part is quite good, and there is a demand for this. Also because I have to say that most of my customers are international companies. Some of my customers at least are international companies, and they used to have a meeting somewhere, and so they had a lot of traveling costs and things like that. And with the care that now we have for the environment and also for reducing cost, and of course the crisis, the coronavirus, the pandemic situation, companies are becoming aware that we can also focus the essential for face-to-face meeting, especially when we have to build the team. But then there are a lot of things that we can do in remote mode, including collaborating, making decisions, imagining new scenarios for the future and things like that. So also strategic meeting can occur in a remote mode.
So the lockdown basically enabled the people's appreciation of the virtual collaboration, and I heard that many people indeed opened up their horizons to it, even if before they were reluctant to use it. Now the teams and the facilitators and the people who never called anyone on video are doing all of that, and this series. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me, since you mentioned the customers, have you had any time to get in touch with the customers that you were not working for in the meantime?
I had some contacts because we have been thinking about restructuring what we were supposed to do in a face-to-face way in a different way. With some of them, we just postponed some trainings or workshops. With others, we decided to try the online way. I have to say that since I'm a customer on the remote mode, it's okay for me. But from the customer side, it was pretty new. So as you said, there was a lot of resistance. And of course, when they see that there is a result after an online workshop, then they start to see the added value of working this way. So I can say that I've been in touch less than before. For some customers, I've been in touch even more by email or with online meeting. I have to say that at the beginning of the lockdown, as you said, a lot of people just feel excited in doing online meeting on Zoom or other applications. So everybody wanted to meet you online, and I had a very heavy agenda. And then, of course, people get accustomed. So from my side, I have a benefit from this online situation, which means that from one side, I could develop new things with my customer aligned with my value proposition and aligned with their needs. And then on the other side, I've been in touch with an international community of facilitators, first of all, for instance, the Lego Serious Play One, but also Altercontacts, which is a huge panel of very brilliant consultants from all over the world. And because of the pandemic situation and the lockdown, in some way, it was quite normal to get in touch with people all over the world, while in normal time, it's not that evident. So I had this improvement, and this helped me to share opinions, vision, and facilitation techniques with people from all over the world, get inspired. I hope give inspiration as well, but in any case, I had a lot of models to take and to share with my customers. So in some way, even if the situation was not a very nice one, in some way, we had a lot of improvement for me and for the customers as well.
I guess it was easier given your experience with the remote working, and that you already had a sort of a proposition in the remote working for companies or for teams or for something. So you were already on the move, and that just pushed people to accept it more. So in that sense, indeed, it was a good change. So the lockdown did have some positive effect, and like you said, maybe this interview also inspires some people who watches it. Tell me, what are your plans for the next few months? So you've been very busy. You already have clients that are demanding your services on the remote workshops, facilitation, and so etc. And how does the future look for Playnbe for the next few months?
Yeah, I think well, it's hard to say, because one of my favorite activities is a workshop in which we imagine future scenarios, and I know very well that you can plan something, and then something you haven't planned occur, and then you have to change everything. But in any case, what I see in the coming months is, for me, it's of course I'd love to find myself again in the face-to-face workshop, because I think these face-to-face moments are essential for the teams, first of all, and there is the pleasure of being together and interacting in a face-to-face mode, and also the physical action in a place, which is important. While when you are in a remote mode, you are sitting in front of a video, so it's not the same experience. And for instance, I would love to start as soon as possible. I already have some in September. I would like to start again to make a Lego Serious Plays workshop, when we use hands and we use the Lego bricks to build future scenarios, strategy, and so on. So I plan, and I already have some workshop scheduled. But what I've learned is that the workshops online are effective, and they can help teams that cannot afford to move from where they are, especially when you are sitting in different countries, and working together effectively, not only by sharing information, but by building strategy, building visions and things like that, being in a collaborative and creative way. So I think if before the activity was 2080s and 80s was the face-to-face workshop, I will try to find a sort of balance. And I think 50-50 is not that bad. Also because I'm working between Paris and Milan, so Italy and France, because I'm living in France, but I'm Italian, and I want to keep this this bridge between the two countries. And so for me, it's important to be able to continue the relationship with people I met in Italy, even if I'm sitting in Paris. So I think I will improve the bridge in a more virtual than a face-to-face way, even if the face-to-face workshops are radically important for me.
Well, I hope that very soon we will be able to have those face-to-face workshops. Is there anything that you learned from the lockdown, a short one learning that sort of helped you through the time?
Well, I would say one word is resilience. And during the lockdown, we had the best way to face the lockdown situation was just to be resilient, be accepting the situation, and try to find the opportunity even in this situation, which was not a positive one in a global term. So resilience is a key word for me. And I have to say that, for instance, I've been changing my offer, the kind of workshop, working more with this word behind in my mind, which means that now I focus more on helping teams developing the way they can innovate and take opportunities from a critical situation. So I expect crisis will come again in a different form and different kind of crisis. So I think it's important to learn resilience and accept that things don't go the way we planned, but we can, with our creativity, shift and pivot according to what happens and readjust. We just need to be resilient and in a resilience mood and to be confident in some way in our creativity.
Thank you very much, Nadia. I really appreciate you sharing your story with us today.
Thank you, Julia.
And thank you to everyone who joined us today. The details of Nadia will be in the description below, so if you want to get in touch with her, I encourage you to do so. I invite you to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and leave the comments. What did you like about this video? What else do you want to know? In the coming weeks, we're going to have many more videos to share with you, so stay tuned and bye.